Well, if you've just followed in from the last video, which I've just finished this last second, let's get stuck into drifter prep. First jobs first, we'll get everything cleaned down, we'll get all the chassis rails cleaned out before I put the chassis inlays back on, get under here cleaned off. I would like the wheels off, whether that happens or not, I don't know. There's lots of things I'd like to do, whether it happens, we'll just have to see how we get on. So let's get stuck into it. Grab me big yellow sprayer with some G101. We'll lace it into the chassis, get it rinsed out with the pressure washer. Autosmart G101s, some of the best APC I've ever used. Well, it is the best APC I've ever used.
Big wheels turning, kick up the dirt. Road keeps stretching, endless and burns. Steel heart pumping.
As you can tell, it's starting to get a bit darker now. Been cracking on. Dad has actually been working on the battery box for me. Just every bit of help saves a bit of time. He's repaired it and he's just primed it, so that's good. Get that flattened and painted tomorrow. Fingers crossed. And then I'm just on with the rear chassis infills, and I've obviously washed down the inside of the chassis. I've washed the inside of the infill, and I've also washed the fifth wheel off with me plus 10. Plus 10, it's a better degree. It's a really good degree set from Autosmart. It's really good degree set, even cold. It's a really good degree set. I really like it. I'll show you the bottle of it. Hyper Clean Odorizor. Plus 10. You put it on and you can watch it melt the grease off. It's mint, really good. Whereas G101's really good when it's hot. That works really well when it's cold, so it's a good alternative if you don't have a hot wash like me. So yeah, I'm going to put this on. I've put a line of double-sided tape on, thin double-sided tape to help sit it on a bit nicer, but it doesn't. It was sitting on nicer, I just didn't want it to move and vibrate and chatter. And now I put this on, put the bolts back in, and I get the rear chassis infill on. Also got some new bulbs to put in and try out for the headlights, because the headlights on these are like candlesticks in the dark. That's just old vehicles in general. And also new side light bulbs, Michelin Men bulbs, if I get a chance to put Michelin Men on. Then got my cup of tea and put my mic back on. Where can I put my cup of tea where I'm not going to knock the thing over and spill it or break my cup? Ooh, I haven't seen it since I put the fifth wheel back on. Oh, yes. I'm going to move the wagon this morning. I think I might take you up the estate while I move it with your downpipe off. I'll leave the mic out here. It's the day before I go off to Drifter. It's Wednesday, we leave on Thursday night, and I'm currently pulling my wipers off. giving myself a headache because I really want to get the wipers off and painted gloss black because they're starting to look a little bit raggy. This one, that's knackered, so I've just got that cable tied to it, and then give it a good clean. But the battery box is still off. Dad's just boot painting that for us. I've got the checker plate. I've just drilled and countersunk the bolts for the checker plate to the top of the cap of the battery box. I want these off because they're going to go gloss black as well. I still need to put the catwalk on, put the infills on, adjust the M-Nox, fit the exhaust. I still need to put the interior together. I like giving myself headaches, don't I? I haven't packed my bags, I haven't checked my bags, I've got my paperwork and everything ready, but I'm thinking that I might leave putting the Michelin Men on. That's the very last thing I'm going to do if I'm going to do anything. Also, these are seized on, so I'm going to have to use the puller to pull them off. But it's one of those, I'll get it done. Put my puller on there. It's a bit numb, this puller, but it's a good puller, this one. Good puller. Easy peasy, that's just falling off. I mean, not falling off, but it's just pulling it off beautifully. Dad's in the oven now. We've just prepped the wiper arms and the battery box. He's going to paint them for us today because I don't have time to do everything on my own. It's a big help having Dad do help us out with this stuff. We've prepped the checker plate. I've countersunk it. Dad's... Oh, there's a burr there. I'll clean that burr off. Put the bolts on so I can countersink bolts. Holding it on with stainless countersunk bolts, like I've done with most of the other bits. The only thing I haven't done it for is the wing infills, but I quite like it. I quite like the pan heads on the wing infills. It's going to look good in there. It's going to look good. I need to fit the catwalk, but I need to wipe the chassis down where I started on it before. And yeah, and then lots of cleaning. Lots of cleaning. Oh, while also trying to sell a few hours through the business because we need to sell a few hours to make some pennies. So just to me M-Nox up, you can see a nice big gap there now. Unfortunately, it's scuffed that up. I might see if I can just touch that in for the minute. Just for the show, really. I need to take this off again and repair it because there's a crack in it. There. It's one of those things. So now I'm going to fit the exhaust, get it under there, get it all bolted up into place. We're making progress, and I've also got the rear infills on. You ready to look at the rear infills because I'm really happy with them. Look at that. I'm covered in dust. I'm not too fussed, it's all going to get washed off, but that looks class, I think. Ghost's on. I need to do a little bit of touching up where I caught it and knocked it and stuff, but obviously I still want a side pipe in there. I've taken the Susies off and I've vapor blasted the ends and put them on. I've given the chassis a quick wipe over and now I'm going to fit the catwalk. Another thing I had to do as well, straighten the M-Nox up. This has always been cracked. I need to fix it one day and make a new one or whatever. And it got worse. It was definitely worse than it was. So, yeah. I had to weld that up quickly. That was a job that wasn't on the list. There's always something to do in there.
Gravel sings beneath my feet. Big wheels, big dreams rolling fast. Drive shaft spinning, can't look past. Diesel roars like a beast unleashed on the highway chasing peace.
But all my boots smoke in the air.
Catwalk is on, looking hunky-dory. The bolts, obviously, since everything's been apart, the bolts are about half a mil out. I couldn't get them to sit properly, so it took me ages to get them on. But they're done, so the bolts are on. I've just put my other bulbs in. Got my new side light bulbs in the front and new headlight bulbs in. I've got the bumper off because one of the side light bulbs did pop off and fall into here. And yeah, that was a oh no moment. But got it out, so I'm going to give it a quick wash down under the bumper before I put the bumper back on. Wipers are off, they've just been painted and I've got a new set of wipers coming for it. Just busy sorting out. I've got the battery box on. I'm already using it as a table. As you can see, I'm doing some wiring. You might be asking what I'm wiring. At this point in the day, it's now 2 o'clock. I set off in less than 12 hours. I haven't even washed it yet. I can't bring myself to wash it right now. Just can't. What I'm doing is Michelin Men. Fitting me Michelin Men on. Woohoo! I've got armor bulbs in them, so I'm just getting them wired up now. I have to adjust where that bracket is. I'll move that in a bit. so it's further in. But yeah, we're getting the thing wired up. It's going to be hunky-dory. I can't wait to get these on. Courtesy of Stuart. He actually gave me those, so he bought them for us and gave us them. So I'm going to get them on for Drifter. Just putting me nice painted windscreen wipers back on. Got the Michelin Men on and wired up. There's a couple of little things I need to finish. I need to finish my dash table. I might take that home and do that at home. But yeah, she's nearly there. She's nearly there. She's not washed or clean at all, to be honest. Most of that's getting done when I'm there. I can't get... Why can't I just get that on? 2 seconds. So I've got my wiper blades on. Wipers on. I'm just put the new wiper blades on. So I treated it to some new wiper blades. Woohoo. And wind's starting to pick up. She's not clean, she's not washed. I haven't been out an hour, just driven. I haven't set everything up. It's 4 o'clock and I don't want to be late home. I always do this, don't I? I always do it. Everything's on. Wipers are on. The battery box is on. I'll show you that in a second. The battery box is looking absolutely mint. Look at that. That red checker plate on the top of the battery box. Just looks lovely. Really happy with it. So now I'm going to jump in the wagon. We'll go and get some diesel. Head over to the fuel station. We'll take her along the road. Come back. Rinse her off. And I'm going home. I'm sitting here now thinking I just want to go home. But I know I can't go home. Just quite yet. Oh. I just know it. Need to fix that. Gotta wait for Nathan to come up as well. He's coming from Norfolk. Norwich. He's coming from Norwich. So... we'll come in here and get some diesel. Now we just gotta watch that counter go up. Nearly there. Been along the road. I've taken it up to my cottages and back. So I've been up to 56. I've noticed that Michelin Man, like, no else. But what I'll do is I'll just put a bit of seam sealer on the where it sits, so it can be glued down a little bit better. I don't think it can anyway, but it just annoys me when I see it flapping and flapping and dapping and dapping and flapping like that. Now I'll give it a quick rinse off and then I'm going on. Not being late tonight. Not being late tonight. Yeah, quick rinse off, snow foam, brush off, do the most look, you know, when I'm there.
Chasing horizons, I don't care where.
Thunder in the engine, storm in my chest. Freedom's a gamble, I bet my best.
Well, it's time to go home. I'm gonna go home and get myself something to eat, a nice shower, get my bag packed, get me head down for a few hours before I come back down and we'll meet Rob and Nathan. So the wagon's nowhere near drifter spec ready, if I'm honest. Quick rinse off, it's not being washed properly, but I've got a lot of mileage to do, so most will be clean and done tomorrow. Now I am ready for a rest. Can't wait, and in the next video we'll start afresh and we'll have a full drifter video. So we'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you all in a bit. Ta-ra for now.